Ever wondered how many terms there have been in the US presidency and what makes each one unique? Well, sit back as we delve into the fascinating world of presidential history. From the first term in 1789 to the 46th term in 2024, each has its own unique story. We'll explore standout facts, unexpected moments, and the historical impact of each term. Join us as we journey through history, one presidential term at a time. The story begins in 1789 with the first president of the United States, George Washington. Washington's presidency was groundbreaking in many ways, none more so than his unanimous election. Yes, you heard that right. The first president of the United States was elected without a single dissenting vote, a feat that has yet to be replicated. He served 2 terms, establishing many of the customs and precedents that still guide the presidency today. Following Washington, the reins of leadership were handed over to John Adams in 1797. His term was marked by controversy, particularly his role in passing the Alien and Sedition Acts, which made it harder for immigrants to become citizens and allowed for the prosecution of critics of the government. From the birth of a nation to its early challenges, these first 3 terms set the stage for what was to come. As the 19th century dawned, the presidency saw a time of great change. Thomas Jefferson, taking the helm in 1801, made an indelible mark with the Louisiana Purchase, doubling the size of the nation and setting a precedent of territorial expansion. His successor, James Madison, navigated the tumultuous War of 1812, demonstrating that the young nation could hold its own on the international stage. Following Madison, James Monroe's era of good feelings brought a temporary end to partisan politics. His Monroe Doctrine, asserting American dominance over the Western Hemisphere, still reverberates in international relations. Yet these years weren't without controversy. Andrew Jackson's term was marred by the infamous Trail of Tears, a dark chapter in our history that saw the forced relocation of thousands of Native Americans. As we move further into the 19th century, we see presidents like James K. Polk, who successfully added Texas and much of the Western Territory to the Union. Each president brought their unique contributions and faced unprecedented challenges. The likes of Millard Fillmore and Franklin Pierce grappled with the escalating tensions over slavery, culminating in the divisive presidency of James Buchanan. Buchanan, the nation's 15th president, saw the Union teeter on the brink of civil war. His inability to quell the rising discord casts a long shadow over his term. The country grew and evolved during these terms, setting the stage for a major conflict. The presidency navigated through some of the nation's most difficult times from 1861 to 1945. Abraham Lincoln, often revered as one of America's greatest leaders, steered the ship through the turbulent waters of the Civil War, and his Emancipation Proclamation marked a pivotal moment in the nation's history. Following Lincoln, Andrew Johnson faced the daunting task of Reconstruction, working to mend a nation torn apart by war. Progress continued under Ulysses S. Grant, who signed the 15th Amendment, granting African American men the right to vote. Fast forward to the dawn of the 20th century, and we find Woodrow Wilson leading the nation through the tumultuous years of World War I. His vision of a League of Nations created a new paradigm for international diplomacy. Then, as the Great Depression set in, Franklin D. Roosevelt took the helm. His New Deal policies offered relief, recovery, and reform, and became a beacon of hope for millions of Americans. Roosevelt's unprecedented 4 terms in office also saw the nation through the majority of World War II. These were men of grit and resolve, each leaving a unique imprint on the fabric of American history. Their leadership, in the face of profound challenges, shaped the trajectory of the nation. These presidents led the nation through times of unprecedented challenge and change. The modern era of the presidency has been marked by a rapidly changing world. Beginning with Harry S. Truman, who presided over the end of World War II and the genesis of the Cold War, our presidents have navigated a world in flux. Truman's decision to use nuclear weapons, a first in history, forever changed the nature of warfare. Dwight D. Eisenhower, a World War II hero, led the nation during the heart of the Cold War. His presidency was marked by the launch of the Interstate Highway System, a testament to his belief in the power of connectivity. The civil rights movement reached its peak under Lyndon B. Johnson, who signed the Civil Rights Act into law. Richard Nixon's term was marred by the Watergate scandal, a turning point in public trust towards the presidency. Fast forward to the turn of the millennium, George W. Bush's presidency was defined by the tragic events of September 11, 2001. His administration's response reshaped global politics and national security. In recent history, Barack Obama's presidency was marked by the passage of the Affordable Care Act, a significant step in healthcare reform. Donald Trump's term saw a focus on immigration policy and deregulation, while Joe Biden's presidency has been defined by the response to the COVID-19 pandemic. As we continue to make history, the role of the presidency remains as vital as ever. From George Washington to the present, the presidency has been a pivotal part of American history. We've journeyed through 46 presidencies, each with its unique facts and significance. From Washington's precedent-setting 2 terms to the transformative leadership of Lincoln, the resilience of Roosevelt, and beyond. Understanding the presidency's role gives us insight into how our nation has been shaped and continues to evolve. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the terms of the presidency. Remember, history is not just in the past, it's happening right now.